It certainly wasn't black and white.
No, not me. No, I just was instructed.
Well, Pure in Heart is a charitable organisation that was founded in the year 2000 by a group of us who were friends, who believed in the dignity and value of every person, and who also had made a decision to say sex until we were married. So we decided to educate ourselves on human sexuality and on relationships. And I suppose we did this in order to be able to impart this lifestyle option to other young people in Ireland who didn't actually hear about any alternatives to what society actually offers, so that they could make a fully informed decision about their own sexuality and their own relationships.
My background unfortunately comes from a background of addiction, so I got kind of caught up with what that life entailed, and of course, you know, there's relationships with that and there's sex involved and things like that as well. And of course, yes, it feels good, it seems good at the time, but when you kind of start asking deeper questions, when I had come back into my faith, you start asking them questions and you realise subtly and slowly your own value, and you do really start to question exactly what love actually means.
And what happens is when young people come into our group, they're often damaged and hurt by a misuse or a misunderstanding of their sexuality. And the culture today is telling them, look, do whatever you want.
The mission team at Pure in Heart goes in and speaks to young people on love, relationships and sexuality. I was on the mission team for 3 years, and once I got into it, I have to say probably the best 3 years of my life without a shadow of a doubt.
The message out there for young people nowadays is that sex is necessary in a relationship. It's pivotal in a relationship, and you can't have a relationship without it, you know, and you're never going to find anyone if you don't have sex with them, and it's kind of like the core to the relationship, whereas in Pure in Heart, the central thing is not sex, it's the dignity of the person and getting to know the person.
And the schools were biting our hands off to have us in, and the response was overwhelmingly positive. A lot of the students said they'd wish they'd heard this before.
The kids are getting a very muddled picture with regard to their sexuality from everything from television, movies, videos, video games, their friends, the conversations they're involved in, their social scene, all the social media. Everything seems to be communicating to them, from what I perceive, that sexuality is simply fun and to be availed of whenever you can get your hands on it. Whereas, of course, teaching in a Catholic school, I, as a religion teacher, want to communicate that sexuality is something much more precious and ideally to be reserved for marriage.
So we're coming from the faith perspective, but it definitely challenges them to think about something that's, you know, deeper for them and also on a deeper level, because you're talking about something that every person wants, which is love.
The room is silent while these people speak. And even though they're very young, and sometimes they've been very inexperienced in terms of presentation skills, in fact what I find is, because it's peer-to-peer, because they're young, because they're inexperienced, the students actually listen to them. I secretly believe that the vast majority of students are relieved to be hearing this message, because I think there's a huge pressure on young people. We're talking about, they talk to our fifth-year students now on a year-by-year basis. They're 15, 16, maybe 17 years old maximum, and there's an enormous pressure on many of those to at least give the impression that they're sexually active, even if they're not.
I'd also hope they would actually start questioning what the media may say to them, what that message actually means. Does that message actually really give, you know, a meaning to my life? Does it actually give value and dignity? And if it's not, then why doesn't it do that?
I could live the lifestyle without Pure in Heart, but it's a lot easier to live this lifestyle with the support of Pure in Heart. Every week I go to the meeting, it's like I'm recommitting myself and I'm reminding myself of the choice I've made to live a chaste lifestyle. Also, my boyfriend comes to the meeting with me, so the two of us, it really reaffirms us and strengthens us in our relationship. And also there's that community element as well, because lots of young people go to the prayer meeting and they all have the same belief as you. And also they have movie nights, they have social events as well, and they have a monthly vigil as well. So there's so much to Pure in Heart.
What the young people receive when they come to Pure in Heart is a tremendous healing, a tremendous renewal. They're often damaged by misuse of their sexuality.
I think the one thing that Pure in Heart gave me the most was definitely the friendships. Yeah, that's probably the most important. You know what I mean? Okay, the mission team is another thing, but the friendships the most.
When your life is ordered on God, when your sexuality is ordered on God, you begin to see very clearly His plan for you in your life. You begin to see God and His wonderful plan for you, and that is so nourishing and so life-giving.
I just want young people all across Ireland and all across the world to realise that this is a lifestyle choice that is possible. It's not archaic. There are people living this, and I'm a witness of that, and that it brings great joy and great freedom.